Governor-elect Bruce Rauner is traveling across the land of Lincoln today. He's visiting smaller communities, speaking about his desire for economic growth and the need for new leadership. While not addressing any specific challenges regarding the passing of budget, he did say he was going to work with lawmakers and community members to make sure money was kept in people's pockets. We'll have much more on this story tonight on News Channel 20 at 10. Inauguration events for Illinois' 42nd Governor Bruce Rauner kick off tomorrow. Here's a preview of events taking place. Stay connected with us during the inauguration events. We'll be on Facebook and Twitter. You can follow the event through our hashtags ILINAUG15 and RaunerInaug15. A Sangamon County man is arrested after nearly starving his dog to death. The Sangamon County Sheriff's Office says 50-year-old Creighton Colson of Glenarm was arrested around midnight last night in Morgan County, charged with animal cruelty and neglect. Lisa Jackson of PAWS, or Protecting Animal Welfare Society in Jacksonville, says she was contacted by an acquaintance of Colson's who reported the abuse, and the shelter took the emaciated dog in Monday. Jackson stresses the importance of understanding the responsibility of owning a pet. Here we go again. Thanks, Thomas. Out with the old and in with the new. If you receive new devices and gadgets during the holiday season, you may be wondering what to do with your old models. Well, you can drop them off at the Recycling Drop-Off Center at 105 South Amos in Springfield until January 17th. The center is accepting working and non-working computers, DVD players, cell phones, and appliances for free. Each item will be taken to Goodwill. Still ahead on News Channel 20 at 6, more developments in Paris following the attack. The body count has continued to rise, the new person that law officers are hunting down. And the Illinois State Redbirds look to win their first ever FCS championship, but they must get past an old foe. Highlights from the thrilling game later in sports. Today, a massive manhunt and huge rallies in France in the aftermath of two deadly hostage standoffs. 3 days after the massacre at French newspaper Charlie Hebdo, the last prime suspect connected to the attack is on the run. ABC's Matt Gutman has the latest. Food, family, and friends. Nothing brings in more crowds than the competing rivalry for the FCS championship game.
Let's go, Redbirds! We're not out of it yet!
While this was the first ever appearance for the Redbirds, North Dakota State took their 5th consecutive title. It has been 8 years since the three-time defending national co-champions have gone against one another in the regular season. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. Governor Bruce Rauner's first week in office, rescinding 7 executive orders that former Governor Pat Quinn issued in his final weeks. Fox News at 9's Evan Peterson is in studio with tonight's top story. Evan, you spoke with community members and former lawmakers. What was the reaction? Evan, thank you. Governor Bruce Rauner announcing a new appointment to replace Illinois' ag director. He chose farmer and former Illinois Farm Bureau President Philip Nelson to head the Department of Agriculture. Nelson is already making plans of improvement, and this means more changes are underway, including the state fair. Nelson says the fairgrounds need to be updated, and immediate repairs to buildings are crucial. A 5 to 10 year plan will be put in place to attract more people, not just to the state fair, but year-round. Springfield police arrest 2 people wanted for separate armed robberies. In the first case, 32-year-old Stephanie Smith was arrested late Thursday night. Investigators say she robbed the Hardee's restaurant and Circle K store on East Clear Lake Avenue on Monday. Smith's charged with 2 counts of attempted aggravated robbery. And 40-year-old Rodney Willis was also arrested Thursday. Investigators say he's the one who robbed the Ash Street pub last month. Police say they identified Willis after receiving a Crime Stoppers tip. Willis is charged with armed robbery and unlawful use of a weapon. Hundreds of local students are taking part in a weekend-long activity to prevent drug and alcohol use. Sacred Heart Griffin is hosting Operation Snowball, an alcohol and drug-free program that helps students develop leadership and team-building skills. Students involved in Operation Snowball listen to speakers, take part in discussions, and many different activities. Organizers tell us the event is also a great way for students to meet new friends. 2015 may have just begun, but 2016 is already topping political headlines, and now Mitt Romney is responding to the rumors that he's considering a third run at the White House. ABC's Gloria Riviera reports from Washington. Maggie, gas prices here in Springfield are at about the same as the cost of a cup of coffee, just under $2 a gallon, and that's giving drivers more money to save, pay down debt, or spend. Here in Sangamon County, drivers are spending their extra cash in some interesting ways. He says last month, local residents spent more on electronics, their pets, and dating services compared to the national average. Live in Springfield, Lindsey Hess, News Channel 20 at 6. Liz, the utility's former finance director, retired late last year, and now some city leaders say it's tough to attract a qualified replacement with the pay CWLP is offering. Again, CWLP says it's not raising its rates for customers, but that could change later, depending on the power market. Live in Springfield, Lindsey Hess, News Channel 20 at 6.